I made a video talking about social media a couple months ago, and I talked about the illusion of wealth on social media because, especially amongst fitness influencers, there is a myriad of people that want to show off their wealth on their sleeve, literally. In reality, they're not really wealthy. And I also wanted to talk a little bit on kind of why I'm against this social media app called TikTok. So in a way, I'm indifferent, but also it can be very dangerous because the thing with TikTok is that you were like constantly scrolling through things. You're seeing like, someone crying, and then you see someone laughing, and then you see, someone marketing a product, and then, you're constantly kind of going back and forth between different like subjects, if you will. And I don't think your brain is designed to process that 0 to 100 of emotions that quickly. And it's not uncommon for people to, when they are on TikTok and they are scrolling there, that they get sucked into that world. And number one, you lose track of time, and you usually are going to be a little bit less productive because you are so consumed by this app. TikTok specifically, I kind of am targeting because it's different than Instagram. Unless you're on the explore page on Instagram, then technically it's kind of the same thing. But this is the thing when it comes to social media. We were not like created to like have access to all this type of stuff constantly. And with the way like the world is moving now, you were not like, that's not the way to process information, right? And so I wanted to make this video to kind of caution you, and if you are somebody that is kind of addicted to social media, to do what's called a social media cleanse, or just take a break from social media, like go maybe a day or two without looking at social media, or, perhaps even just deleting the app altogether. About like loyalty, some of my videos. And I think TikTok is a perfect example because I feel that it's very easy to kind of follow like other guys and other girls if you were in a romantic relationship, and they're flaunting themselves, which is perhaps fine when you're single, but if you're in a relationship, then there's really no need to be following all these other people that are doing God knows what. And it happens also on Instagram, especially in the world of fitness. Posting your body on online and your physique and stuff like that. It's like such a norm now, and I don't know. I just felt like I should make a video to talk about it because obviously I'm in the space of the world of like physique, and in that world there comes there's a consequence, right? There's a consequence to everything we do. But I think part of that is just recognizing that and taking time away when you need to, and to establish boundaries if you are, whether or not you're single or not. There's boundaries to respect yourself and respect, if you're dating somebody, respecting their, their preferences. And the thing that I want to touch up on is on the fact that with social media, it's very easy to think that the grass is greener on the other side, and that keep in mind social media, people, we can control what people see, and people are always going to have some sort of narrative over you, whether or not you are big on social media or you're small on social media. Whatever your objective is, people are going to have a certain opinion, and they're going to have a certain perspective of you, depending on how you show up online. And so I would encourage you to really think twice, and really reconsider who you're following. Well, where they follow, like 10,000 accounts or 2,000, people or whatever. And, are you really looking at all those 2,000, 10,000 people? If you are, then you probably have nothing else going on for you. But learn to perhaps like declutter. I only follow like 3 people or 4 people, 5 people, if that. So yeah, I just wanted to make that video to talk a little bit about that. And, you know, there's a lot of anxiety with people with social media because that constant stimulation and just constantly like scrolling through and seeing what other people are doing. And remember that people are going to post what they want to show off, which is normal because you want to show, you know, what you worked hard for and the things that you accomplished, and which is fine. But I think it's also important to recognize that, you know, that really recognize that they are posting to, you know, show off their accomplishments, which is again fine. But you'll, as a consumer, need to recognize that and to not get sucked into that world, and don't let those, you know, other people's accomplishments and what have you kind of bring you down. You know, you don't really know what people are going through at the end of the day. And like I said, like let's say in the concept of dating, because I do talk about dating, you know, if you are following all these girls and you're in a relationship and you and your girlfriend or boyfriend just broke up, and you think, oh, well, I can just go find another guy or girl from all the people that I'm following. Well, the grass is not always greener on the other side. And you'd be surprised what people are doing. Like in the fitness industry, people are, I hear some wild stories, you know, because everyone seems like they're horny or whatever. And people are just doing stupid stuff. So just kind of think twice and, you know, use your brain, make good decisions, and, you know, use your discernment the best you can. And things are not always what they seem, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I will say maybe I'm targeting a little bit more to the ladies, to the females, to the girls. I say girls because they're not women, they're girls. Anyone to judge, right? You know, we are all imperfect, and that is life. But that's all I just wanted to say is the grass is not always greener, and think twice and really reconsider, you know, what you're looking at. And if you wake up in the morning and, you know, the first thing you check is social media, it can be tempting, right? It can be very tempting, especially TikTok. I mean, like that's something like I actually kind of I'm like, I don't like TikTok. It's just way too much. Just wake up and you open up your social media app and you start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Like, perhaps learn to detach, take a moment to not do that anymore, and maybe put your phone on the other side of the room, or really control yourself when you wake up to not do that, right? Because when you wake up, your priority should be, you know, getting ready for the day, getting in a good headspace, and being in a calm state, and putting your nervous system in a calm state. And I think that if you know, go on social media, it can, keyword is can, it can trigger some perhaps nervous system, like anxiety, or, you know, just feeling nervous or a little unstable. It's because of all this overstimulation that you are forcing, you know, into your mind when you decide to click on these apps. To think about, and that's all for now. If you were interested in programs, I have some programs I built out. You can click my website below for more information. I have a program for jiu-jitsu, a program for tall men, and a leg workout program, and then I'm building on a couple other things. And of course, you can always get more information on personalized coaching if that's something that is of interest of you. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.